So in the last class we have studied channel encoding and modulation. In that we have studied DCI, that is downlink control information. So we have discussed control format indicator, HIRQ indicator, multi-antenna transmissions and broadcast channels. So in today's class we are going to study the multicast channels. So it's very important topic. So here multimedia broadcast and multimedia services, that is MBMS, which was introduced in 3GPP release 6 for UTRA. So here the MBMS which was introduced by 3GPP supports the multicast and broadcast services in the cellular system. So here the MBMS is a point-to multi-point service in which the data is transmitted from a single source entity to the multiple recipients. So here transmitting the same data to the multiple recipients allow the network resources to be shared. So here the MBMS peer services offers two modes. First one is broadcast mode and multicast mode. So here in the principle, the MBMS transmission can originate from a single base station or multiple base stations, but the multi-cell transmission is preferred as large gains can be achieved through soft combining transmissions from the multiple base stations. So here one major design requirement for the LTE is to provide the enhanced support for the MBMS transmission, which is called as enhanced MBMS, that is eMBMS, and it is achieved through the so-called single frequency network, that is SFN operation. So here combining of multicast and broadcast transmissions from the multiple base stations is possible in the LTE with the external CP, that is cyclic prefix. So here the combining of multicast and broadcast transmissions from the multiple base station is possible in the LTE with an extended CP. So here the extended CP is used as the propagation delay from the multiple cells and will typically be larger than the delay spread in a single cell. So here as longer the CP can ensure that the signals from the different base stations are still far within the CP at the receiver, which avoids the intersymbol interference at the cost of slight reduction in the peak data rate. So here the synchronous multi-cell and multicast or broadcast transmission appear as the single transmission over a multipath channel. And since the OFDM is efficient in the combining multipath channels, so there is no interference. So in the such multicast or broadcast signal frequency networks, that is MBSFNs, so here the same information is broadcasted on the same radio resources from the multiple synchronized neighboring base stations to the multiple user equipments. So here the SFN operation has already been used in the terrestrial digital video broadcast system, that is TVBT. So here the EMBMS transmission in the LTA occurs on the MCH transport channel. So along with the 7.5 kilohertz subcarrier spacing and the extended CP. So here there are two types of EMBMS transmission. So the first one is a single cell transmission, that is a non-MBA SFN operation, and the second one is a multi-cell transmission. So here the first one, the single cell transmission. So here the MBMS service is transmitted on the MCH channels, and the combining of MBMS transmissions from the multiple cell. It is now multiple cell is not supported. So in the second one, in the multi-cell transmission, so the MBMS service is transmitted synchronously on the MCH, and combining is supported with the SFN operation. So here the BCCH indicates whether there is no MCH per cell for cell specific transmissions, or there is a MCCH sent in the MBSFN area for the non-cell specific transmission. So here the transport channel processing for the MCH is similar to that of the DLSCH with a few exceptions. So as a MBSFN transmission typically uses 2.2 multi-point mode. So here the UE feedback such as ACK or NAK and the CQI cannot be used. So therefore the transport format and the resource allocation cannot be dynamically selected. So and the HIRQ is not applicable. So here in addition, only the single antenna port transmission is supported for the PMCH channel, and the transmission shall be used use the antenna port 4. So here the special reference signals are defined for the MBSFN transmission. So here the PMCH and the DLSCH can be multiplexed with the following rules. So here the first rule is the MBSFN and the DLSCH transmission can be multiplexed in a time division multiplexing manner on the subscriber basis, so but cannot be transmitted within the same subframe. So the second rule is in the subframe where the PMCH is transmitted on the single carrier, which support a mix of PDSCH and PMCH transmissions up to 2 of the first OFDMA symbols of the subframe, which can be reserved for the non-MBSFN transmission and shall not be used for the PMCH transmissions. So the third rule is in a cell with 4 cell specific antenna ports. So here the first OFDMA symbols of a subframe are reserved for the non-MBSFN. transmission in the subframe in which the PMCH is transmitted. So fourth rule is here the non-MBSFN symbols shall use the same CP as used for the subframe 0. So the last one is here the PMCH shall not be transmitted in subframe 0 and 5 on a carrier supporting a mix of PDSCH and the PMCH transmission. So this is about multicast channels. So next we have downlink physical channels. So here in this downlink physical channels, we'll describe the structure and processing of the downlink physical physical signals, which includes downlink reference signals and the synchronization signals. So here the emphasis is on the resource mapping for the different signals. So in the downlink physical channels, we have downlink reference signals. So here the downlink reference signal consists of known reference symbols that are intended for the downlink channel estimation at the user equipment needed to perform the coherent demodulation. So here to facilitate the channel estimation process, those scattered reference signals are inserted in the resource grid at the predetermined intervals. So here in the downlink reference signals, so the time and frequency intervals are mainly determined by the characteristics of the channels and should make a trade-off between the estimation accuracy and the overload. So here in the downlink reference signals, so the time and frequency intervals are mainly determined by the characteristics of the channels. So there are three different types of downlink reference signals. So the first one is a cell-specific reference signal. Second one is a MBSFN reference signal. And the last one is user-specific, UE-specific reference signals. So here the reference signals is generated from a pseudo-random sequence with the different initializations for different types of reference signals. So here in the downlink reference signal, so there is only one reference signal which was transmitted per downlink antenna port. Only one reference signal which is transmitted per the downlink antenna port. So here for the MBSFN reference signals, the identical sequence is transmitted from the cells which involves in the MBSFN transmission. So while the cell specific sequences are not used for other types of reference signals. So here the various reference signals are mapped onto the physical layer resource elements. So in that we have first one is cell specific reference signal. So here the cell specific reference signals are used to transmit in all the downlink subframes in a cell supporting the non-MB SFN transmission. So here the cell specific reference signals are used to transmit in the downlink subframes in a cell supporting the non-MB SFN transmission. So here in the subframe used for the transmission with the MB SFN, the first two OFDMA symbols can be used for the cell specific reference symbols. So here the cell specific reference signals are defined separately for antenna ports 0, 1, 2 and 3. Antenna port 0, 1, 2 and 3, which is shown in this figure. So here in the LTE, a maximum of 4 antennas can be used while transmitting the cell specific reference signal. So here in LTE, the maximum number of antennas can be used is 4 for the transmitting the cell specific reference signals. So here the cell specific reference signals are defined only for the normal subcarrier spacing, that is delta F is equal to 15 kilohertz. So these are the example of mapping of the downlink cell specific reference signals with 4 antenna ports with the normal CP. So here RP denotes the resource element which is used for the reference signal transmission on the antenna port P. So here in the time domain for the antenna port P, that is belongs to port 0 and 1. So here the reference symbols are inserted within the first and the third last OFDMA symbols in the each slot. So there are 7 ports in one slot. So one subframe, this is one subframe. So this outer box is a resource block. So these empty box are the resource elements. So these blocks are the not used on this antenna port. So here in the time domain for the antenna port P, that is belongs to port 0 and 1. So here the reference symbols are inserted within the first and the third last OFDMA symbols in the each slot. So which are the first and the fifth OFDMA symbols for the normal CP and the first and fourth OFDMA symbols for the extended CP. For P belongs to port 2, 3. So here the reference symbols are only inserted in the second OFDMA symbol. So here the antenna port 0 and 1 have the twice as many reference symbols as antenna ports 2 and 3. So here this is reduce the reference signals overhead, but can also causes the imbalance in the quality of the respective channel estimates. So here this impacts the benefits of using 4 antennas relative to 2 and affects the MIMO transmission design. So for example, the transmit diversity of the PHICH channel considered such imbalance. So here in the OFDMA domain, in the frequency domain, so the spacing between the neighboring reference symbols in the same OFDMA symbols is 5 subcarriers. That is, the reference symbols are transmitted every 6 subcarriers. So in the frequency domain, so the spacing between the neighboring reference symbol in the same OFDMA symbol is 5 subcarriers. So that is, the reference symbols are transmitted at every 6 subcarriers. So there is a staging of 3 subcarriers between the first and the second reference symbols. So here the resource elements, that is K, L, are occupied by the reference symbols on any of the antenna ports in a slot shall be used for any transmission on any other antenna port in the same slot and set to be 0. So here the resource elements K, L which will occupy by the reference symbols on any of the antenna port. The slot shall not be used for any transmission on any other antenna port in the same slot and set to be 0. So here with such resource mapping, the reference signals are on the different antennas are orthogonal to the each other. So there is a frequency shift which is determined by the slot number and the cell identity. So here the cell specific reference signals from the different E node Bs will be have the different frequency shifts which allow the user equipment to detect the neighboring E node B and estimate the associated channel. So here RP is used to denote the resource element which is used for the reference signal transmission on the antenna port P. So there are four antenna. So there are four reference symbols for the resource block for P belongs to 0 and 1 and two reference symbols for the resource block for P belongs to 2 and 3. So this is about the cell specific reference signals. Is there any doubts? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? So next we have MBSF1 reference signals. Make a note of that figure. So next we have MBSFN reference signals. So here in the MBSFN reference signals are only transmitted in the subframes which are allocated for the MBSFN transmission, which is only defined for the extended CP and the transmitted on antenna port 4. So here in the time domain, for even number of slots, the reference symbols here are inserted in the third OFDMA symbols for delta F is equal to 15 kilohertz, and in the second OFDMA symbol for delta F is equal to 7.5 kilohertz of the hard numbered slots. So here the reference symbols are inserted in the first and the fifth OFDMA symbols for delta F is equal to 15 kilohertz, and in the first and third OFDMA symbols for delta F is equal to 7.5 kilohertz. So in the frequency domain, so the reference symbols are transmitted over every two subcarriers for delta F is equal to 15 kilohertz, and for every four subcarriers it is delta F is equal to 7.5 kilohertz. So in the zeroth OFDMA symbols, so the reference symbols are transmitted from the second and the third subcarrier for delta F is equal to 15 kilohertz and delta F is equal to 7 kilohertz respectively. So here based on these rules, so an example of resource mapping of MBSFN reference signal is shown in this figure. So with the extended CP and delta F is equal to 15 kilohertz. So here the density of the MBSFN reference signals in the frequency domain is 3 times higher than that of the cell specific reference signals. So this is because the SFN transmission includes a highly frequency selective channel. So it requires a high density of the reference signals in the frequency domain. So next we have user specific reference signals. So here in the user specific reference signals, supports single antenna port transmission with the beam forming for the PDSCH and are determined on the antenna port 5. So here in the cell specific reference signals, so which will support the single antenna port transmission with beam forming for the PDCH and are transmitted on the antenna port 5. So here they are transmitted only the resource flags upon which the corresponding PDSCH is mapped. So here they will transmit only on the resource blocks upon which the corresponding PDSCH is mapped. So here the user equipment specific reference signal is not transmitted in the resource elements in which one of the other physical signals or physical channel is transmitted. So it is not transmitted in the resource element in which one of the other physical channels are transmitted. So this is an example of mapping of user equipment specific signals with the extended with normal CP. So here the even number of numbered slots So the reference symbols are inserted in the fourth and seventh OFDMA symbols. So here the even numbered slots, the reference symbols are inserted in the fourth. You can look at this slot. This is a fourth. So antenna. So here the reference symbols are inserted in fourth and seventh OFDMA symbols. So in the odd number slots, so the reference symbols are inserted in the third and sixth OFDMA symbols. So this L is equal to 0 to 6 is the even numbered slots, and this is the second part is the odd numbered slots where there are 7 OFDMA symbols. So this even numbered is inserted in fourth and seventh OFDMA symbols. In the odd slots, so the reference symbols are inserted in third and sixth OFDMA symbols. So there is a frequency shift of two subcarriers in the neighboring reference symbols. So this is about the user specific reference signals. So next we have synchronization signals. So that we will continue in the next class. I have posted a quiz in the assignment section. Everyone attend the quiz.